Guys, over the past few days, there has been a lot of gaming hardware news between Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, and so in this video, let's talk about it. Now, the first piece of news I feel like is actually not even the most interesting piece of news in this video. There's some weird stuff later, but let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room, the Switch 2. Guys, this thing is pretty much completely leaked in case you haven't seen it. Nintendo hasn't announced anything, but you can find pretty much all the details online, assuming they're true. But let's start with this video on Twitter that I think is the most interesting part of the whole Switch 2 rumor so far. And basically at CES 2025, there's this accessory company there that essentially is showing how exactly the Switch 2 will look. I'm assuming they got some blueprints, some data from Nintendo themselves to make accessories that'll launch on the day of. But you can see right off the bat here, they have what appears to be like a 3D printed Switch model inside of their case or whatever they're showing off here. And you can see, let's just talk about the front. I mean, you have your screen here, you have the Joy-Cons on the side, just like the regular Switch. You have your plus and minus button, you have your joysticks in the same spot. You do have an extra button down here. I believe there's only one button over here for the home button and then the screenshot button on the regular Switch. But otherwise, it looks pretty much the same. But scrolling through this video, it gets pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get to the comparison between the Switch and regular Switch. So you can kind of see the size difference here. And you can see the new Switch 2 is definitely a lot larger than the original Switch. So you're going to be holding a massive thing in your hand, which is not the end of the world. It's probably about the same size as, I don't know, probably a Steam Deck. I'm assuming it'll be heavier or maybe lighter. Who knows? Nintendo might have pulled some magic here. But it is interesting how the Switch 2 is basically going to be a Switch, but larger, hopefully more powerful. I feel like Nintendo's going to come up with some other gimmick because they always do. They always have something interesting in their consoles. And guys, I'm kind of torn on the Switch too because on one hand, it makes sense. Like, why not follow up the great selling Switch with another Switch 2 that's basically the same thing but more powerful? But on another hand, I kind of miss Nintendo, doing something crazy, something wild with every new console release. So I don't know. There'll probably be something still crazy about this next thing they release, assuming it actually looks like this. But that's pretty convincing that an accessory maker at CES 2025 has basically, what the Switch 2 looks like. We also have these 3D renders that have apparently leaked. I don't know if these are real or not, of course, but you can see here it looks about the same there. We've got an orange little circle around the Joy-Con or the joystick on one side and blue on the other side. And otherwise, it looks very similar. I think we have like magnetic Joy-Cons apparently here with it looked like there was like a sensor there and some other photos I saw. We also have this like either a button or a latch here on the back. I'm not sure which that is. And on the front, we have an extra button. I don't know. There's some interesting stuff going on here. And even more convincing is the fact that apparently some Switch 2 stuff is popping up inside of GameStop's system, which just like classic GameStop, they're releasing some stuff to the world. Now, this is actually probably not supposed to be released. It looks like an employee kind of in their internal system leaking this stuff. So tons of Switch 2 stuff. Let me know down below what you think about the whole Switch 2 thing. But let's move on to the next topic, which is the fact that Sony is apparently working on in-game synths, which on one hand is like, oh, that's really cool. But then you start thinking about it, you're like, no, man, I don't want to smell. Let me just scroll down and I'll let you. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Walking into a strip club in GTA 6, be like, I mean, do you need any other visual? But being realistic, what I imagine they're probably going to do here is what they do at a lot of amusement parks like Disney and stuff, where you get on a ride and they'll start pumping out like grass smells or ocean smells or popcorn smells, burger smells. I imagine it'll be more pleasant smells, stuff like that, rather than the must of a dirty man you're walking by, or the must of that, or gunpowder, or I just can't imagine they're going to release bad smells. Like, do you really want to play your PlayStation and smell bad stuff? Not really. And also, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know, we actually have another channel called Smoking Silicon where we make tech videos basically on phones, PCs, that sort of thing, Redbox, lots of cool stuff. And we also have another channel coming out soon called Crimpin' Cardboard, all about TCG, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, that sort of thing. So go subscribe. Trying to hit 1,000 before we even make a video. As you can see, we're at 485. But moving on to the next aspect here, and we're kind of back to the whole Xbox roundabout here, where this is an Xbox. So they're kind of releasing their next step in this whole this is an Xbox thing, which, in case you don't know what this is an Xbox is, it was basically Microsoft's campaign to say that everything is an Xbox. I'm an Xbox, you're an Xbox, this mic is an Xbox, my monitor is an Xbox. You can see this TV is an Xbox. They're coming soon to LG Gaming Portal. So I'm assuming pretty much all smart TVs, all LG smart TVs are going to have this built-in Xbox cloud gaming app that you open it up and you can play games. And it's basically streaming games, which on one hand, very cool. I actually think it is cool how you can just sit down at your regular TV and be like, oh, I'm going to play an Xbox game, and I don't even need the console. But on the other hand, does that mean they're getting rid of consoles completely? And also the streaming experience is just not quite as good as having a real console. So like, I don't want them to go away from consoles completely. So it's a little concerning. And also I think it's just, it's just mind blowing, the whole campaign of this is an Xbox. Like I get it, but like at the same time, come on, man. Like really, are we really doing this? But it's just Xbox stuff. And the strange thing on the flip side is that there's been a rumor recently that there is a new Xbox console coming out in 2026, so just less than 2 years away, called the Xbox Prime, which, let me just say, Xbox Prime, I actually kind of like that name. It's much better than the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X or S. I will say Prime is cool. It's probably a code name though, kind of like Xbox Project Scorpio. That was an awesome name, and then comes out Xbox One X. Like, not bad, but like, come on, man. Could have been a little bit better. Now, this is a complete rumor. Who knows if it's true or not? I actually saw a tweet that somebody, I guess an Xbox insider, actually tweeted back and said it's not true. So who knows? These things kind of just float around for years, kind of like the Switch 2 rumors have. But this kind of just combats or kind of goes against almost the whole this is an Xbox thing, and then at the same time we're getting rumors about new consoles. I don't know. Ideally, we get the whole streaming stuff, and we also still get our consoles every generation, which would be cool. I mean, we don't want the Xbox consoles to go away. So, yeah, that's interesting. And honestly, like the funny part is, you're about to see this next thing I show you guys. It really plays into the whole this is an Xbox thing. Like, just to watch this. So, Hyperkin is releasing a redesigned competitor Xbox controller, as you can see here. And wait a second, does that look like an Xbox controller? I mean, at first glance, it sure doesn't to me, man. I mean, oh, what? Huh? Yeah, I mean, that was my reaction the first time I saw this. You can see that this thing looks like a DualSense, right? But it's an Xbox controller. And coming from Hyperkin, I'm honestly not surprised, because they make some wild controllers, some really cool controllers. But like, dude, this just leans straight into the whole this is an Xbox thing. Like, your PS5 is an Xbox. Imagine playing Xbox games on your PS5 with a DualSense controller that has an Xbox logo in it. I just like, it all kind of intertwines together, man. And this thing, I don't know. It's like, on one hand, it's really goofy, but at the same time, it's awesome. Actually, I didn't even see this part, but apparently it glows. Wait, that's awesome. That's cool. And we have the built-in back buttons. That's cool. Got different colors. That's just like, I don't know. I feel like that's a lawsuit waiting to happen, but maybe not. I don't know about those kind of things. But in case you don't know, Hyperkin's made some really cool controllers. Like, they made the Duke Hyperkin controller, where it's basically the Duke controller with a screen built in the middle, which is just awesome. Shows the startup screen and everything. Really cool controller. They even have the Halo edition kind of one here. And then next up, they have like the Xenon controller. It's a 360 controller, very cool as well. I have that one. You can basically use a 360 design on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, that sort of thing. And then also the goofy ones, but the very cool ones are the cheesy overload mac and cheese controller. Like, I mean, like, who is actually playing with this? I don't know, but it's cool. It's goofy. They also have a Heinz ketchup one as well. Cool stuff. But like, swinging back into the whole Xbox Prime thing, I think it's always funny to look at people's renders of these kind of things and see what people think it's going to look like. This person thinks it's going to look like a Xbox One X, but just a little chubbier. This one looks like a Xbox Prime controller. It's also just a chubby controller. Next up is this futuristic looking AI kind of Xbox console. That's I guess that was AI generated. Then also this is just the Xbox Series X. This one is an Xbox with an underglow, which that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. This one is like what is this? This is this is an Xbox Series X fused with an Xbox Series S, I guess. Okay. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look into the recent weird gaming news. It's always fun time when you got some just weird stuff coming out like this. But guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.